Carbohydrates and sugars play a big role in giving us energy. Even though they are much needed in our diets, too much consumption of sugar and carbs invites health issues. Many people are not actually aware of how quickly they can take in more than the recommended amount, especially because many processed foods have hidden sugars. The immediate and long-term health problems set in when the intake of carbohydrates and sugars surpasses the ability of our bodily management. Consuming excessive sugar and refined carbohydrates, including white bread, pastas, and sweet beverages, rapidly increases blood sugar levels. Such fluctuations in a very short period can cause drops in energy and mood swings, which make us crave even more sugar to revive ourselves again. Moreover, extra intake of carbohydrates is converted into fat in the human body, which, over time, may result in overweight and other health complications. It is important to notice the signs of too much sugar and carbs for staying healthy. Knowing these signs will help you choose better foods that feed your body without the repercussions from eating too much of it. In this video, we will look at the main signs that show you might be eating too much sugar and carbs, and we will give tips to help you feel balanced again. Before we move on, quick reminder: the information in this video is for educational purposes only and should not replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Now let's continue. One of the first and most clear signs of eating too much sugar and carbs is feeling very tired. When we eat foods with a lot of sugar or refined carbs, they quickly raise our blood sugar levels. This quick rise is usually followed by a sudden drop, which we often call a sugar crash, making us feel exhausted and slow. If these energy dips are frequent throughout the day, it might be a telltale sign that your carb and sugar intake is too high. Another sign that you're taking in too much sugar and carbs is weight gain. The body stores unused sugar as fat for future energy use. If this occurs repeatedly, it could result in building up weight around the stomach. Moreover, most processed carbs and sugary foods have high calorie counts without much nutritional value. And due to that fact, it would take lots of calories to fill your stomach, which can lead to overeating. When you feel that you have consumed a lot of sugar and carbs, bloating can occur more frequently. Consuming too much sugar takes water in the body, imbalances the good bacteria within the stomach, and creates gas and bloating. If you are one of those people who, after eating, has a tendency to feel bloated, particularly meals with a lot of carbs and sugar, it may indicate a need to make changes in your diet. Besides that, excess consumption of sugar will also result in increasing thirst and urination. The presence of excess glucose in the blood signals the kidney to excrete it through urine, which is going to cause dehydration and thirst. Too much sugar and carbs can seriously impact how one feels mentally and emotionally. Very often, this projects itself in mood swings. Sugar consumption triggers the release of dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. While this may make you feel euphoric initially, the feeling does not last long. This may lead to irritability, anxiety, and depression due to ups and downs in blood sugar levels. These mood swings can start off a vicious circle because often the sufferer consumes even more sugar to try to feel better. Another mental symptom of consuming too much sugar and carbs is the state of brain fog. High sugar levels make it difficult to think clearly. Hence, concentration becomes quite challenging and comprehension is difficult. This may occur because excess sugar can interfere with the normal communication of the brain, hence creating a fogginess in the mind. Inability to concentrate or confusion may be symptoms indicating that one should reassess their sugar and carbohydrate intake. Overconsumption often leads to the desire to consume more sugar. Sugar activates the brain pathways for addictive drugs, which makes it difficult to refuse. It also deadens the reward system of the brain, such that larger amounts of sugar are needed to stimulate pleasure. This, in turn, makes cravings difficult to stop and can result in overeating. Digestive discomfort will serve as a clear sign that you are taking too much sugar and carbs. Sugars, especially from processed foods, are capable of making the bacteria in your gut out of balance. Symptoms that may be experienced include gas, bloating, diarrhea, or constipation. Digestion and absorption of nutrients occur when this balance is off. Hence, this affects digestive health in general. Food intolerance may be exacerbated by the consumption of excess sugar and carbohydrates. A good example is lactose intolerance, where lactose, a carbohydrate in milk, is not digested as it should be. The more sugar that is consumed, the more pressure is put on the digestive system, which in turn makes it more difficult for the body to cope with lactose and other substances, thereby potentially worsening an existing intolerance. Another issue that can arise from the consumption of excessive sugar in your diet is acid reflux. Sugary and starchy foods are capable of making your stomach acidify, leading to possible acid reflux and heartburn. These issues can be quite uncomfortable and could persist once you keep on ingesting so many sugary and high-carb foods without altering your diet. Overindulgence in sugar and carbohydrates not only affects your internal health, but also leaves a visible mark on your skin. One of the most common skin issues related to high sugar consumption is acne. Sugars can raise insulin levels, which in turn increase the production of sebum, a thick substance that may clog pores and lead to outbreaks. If your acne flare-ups increase, particularly after consuming sweet foods or drinks, that is a good indicator that you are consuming too much sugar. Other skin conditions that might be linked to excess sugar involve premature aging. High consumption of sugar boosts one body process known as glycation, whereby sugar molecules bind to the proteins inside the body. This can cause damage to collagen and elastin, which are two major proteins responsible for keeping the skin firm and elastic. With time, this could result in wrinkled, saggy skin, making you look older than your age. Excessive sugar intake gives rise to a lot of skin inflammation. High blood sugar may trigger an inflammatory response in the body and result in redness, swelling, and generally irritated skin. Excessive consumption of sugar weakens your immunity, making you susceptible to other infections. Several studies report that sugar suppresses the functionality of white blood cells. White blood cells are highly instrumental in the fight against bacteria and viruses. Therefore, heavy intake of sugar lowers your immunity level by putting you at a high risk of acquiring colds, flu, and other viral or bacterial infections. Other consequences of overloading on sugar and carbs are impediments to wound healing. High blood sugar levels can damage blood vessels, reducing blood flow to areas that need it for healing. This, in turn, may slow down the rate at which the body would otherwise be repairing itself, meaning even small cuts and bruises may take a little longer to heal if one is consuming too much sugar. Prolonged intake of sugar and carbohydrates will increase one's chance of having a lifetime threat of chronic diseases. High intake of sugar is linked to diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure, which are extremely debilitating to health and the quality of life. Too much sugar and carb consumption affects your sleep negatively. Of all common night's sleep problems, the first one is problems with falling asleep. Sweet food generally increases the sugar level in your blood, which can raise tension hormones in your body, including cortisol. Such hormones contribute to not being able to relax and sleep. Therefore, sugar before going to bed is just not a good idea. Excessive sugar and carbohydrates would keep one wakeful till late. The change in blood sugar will make one feel immensely uneasy, and this prevents sleep, to take that deep sleep, which is so crucial for rest and recovery. Results have shown that on such a note, which keeps up such a cycle of bad sleeping and tiredness. Apnea is yet another issue that a person might suffer from, and is also linked with sugar and carbohydrate overload. Their high consumption can lead to body overweight, which may enhance the risk of having sleep apnea, a sleeping condition featured by one's breathing stopping and then again starting multiple times during sleep. It results in disturbed sleeping and can be linked with other serious conditions such as high blood pressure and heart diseases. One major problem of hormonal imbalance, which is related to excessive consumption of sugar, is that it causes insulin resistance. Generally, insulin is the hormone which is responsible for maintaining blood sugar, but over time, with excessive consumption of sugar, the human body's response to insulin is reduced drastically, hence causing insulin resistance. It may also further cause type 2 diabetes and can further lead, if not kept in consideration, to grave health consequences. Excessive sugar and carbohydrate consumption even disrupts the hunger hormones, including leptin and ghrelin. While leptin acts to deliver the signals of satiety, its opposite, ghrelin, acts to stimulate appetite. Large sugar intake can hence make one hungrier. By malfunctioning leptin in conveying efficiently, overeating, which may create an overeating weight gain cycle that further adds to the problem. Sugar intake causes an imbalance between the different sex hormones. Excessive sugar intake will increase the levels of cortisol, considered to be the major stress hormone of the body. It interferes with some other hormones, such as estrogen and testosterone. This could further contribute to issues in their reproductive health, problems in menstrual cycles in females, reduced levels of testosterone, problems in fertility, and may bring out an imbalance in total hormonal balance. One of the major risks of excessive sugar and carb consumption for a long time is the contraction of such chronic diseases as heart diseases, fatty liver disease, and some forms of cancer. These could seriously dent your quality of life and require very long-term medical attention. Since you can give early notice of the signs and symptoms from excessive sugar intake, that gives you a way to avoid those serious health issues. Chronic consumption of high sugars depletes the state of a person's mental health. Actually, the long-term excessive intake of sugar has been associated with various risks independently to stress, anxiety, and depression. This could be because sugars alter the neurotransmitters in the brain, which affect how the brain works and also one's mood. Generally, too much consumption of sugar and carbohydrates lowers standards of life, as high consumption of sugar leads to a number of physical, mental, and emotional disorders. It may even stop one from continuing with the joy of simple life gestures and makes one less jolly. Identifying the signs that too much sugar and carbs are being consumed may create an opportunity to make changes that will lead to an improvement of the general health condition. Excessive sugar and carbohydrate consumption go hand in hand with a number of health disorders, physical low energy, weight increase, and many other associated conditions, or even with states such as mood swings and not being able to focus well. Other common signs that the body struggles to cope with too much sugar and carbs are problems with the stomach, skin issues, fragile immune systems, sleep disorders, and hormonal imbalances. These symptoms can give you an indication that now would be a fine time to reboot your health by depleting sugar and carb intake in your body. Reductions in sugar and carbs can be as simple as opting for whole foods instead of processed foods, paying more attention to portion size, or changing what type of sweet reward you allow yourself to have. Small steps add up over time and could easily get you back into the balance that may avoid many risks associated with too much sugar. Perhaps these may let you enjoy life to the fullest with long-term health benefits.